ITA, the never-ending drama, feels like 2008. We have Brussels Airlines who got an indictment by court that they are not consumer friendly. Lufthansa has the first timings for the 787 service between Frankfurt and Munich. We have a Finnair sweet spot that disappeared overnight. And we have, of course, always a deal zone deal, which is today with JetBlue. My name is Lars. I'm here to bring you more miles, more points, and more status. Like always, do not forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, and of course, leave us a comment and a like. Today we are talking again about ITA, the Alitalia only in new. ITA is an airline which is challenged because they have a lot of trouble with the money. I mean, let's say it this way. Alitalia was troubled as well, as they were always in the need of money. Since 2017, when they were bankrupt, they were getting infusions by cash directly intravenous from the government, and that cost them billions. Anyways, they decided last week that the Lufthansa merger group, the MCS, one of the biggest Italian companies with shipping and cruise ships, they were out of the race. They said from the government, hey, we want Cetaris. Cetaris is the investor, and around it is Delta Airlines, then KLM and Air France, the good old Sky team. Anyways, it was a surprise. For me, it was a surprise. And for Carsten Spohr, it was most likely a big surprise as well, as he had a great week. The 787 landed in Frankfurt finally after months or even years of waiting for it. And then the week went downhill. ITA said, sorry, we have not to deal with you. We have to deal with Cetaris because the government said we don't want you. And then the pilots went on strike on Friday. So it was a great week as a start, but it was downhill in the end anyways. The Lufthansa people said in a reply to it directly, Italian market is for us the second biggest market. We are so interested in it that we will start our own operation, kind of, and they will increase the flights into Italy. Of course, we remember the times of Ilha Italia. Lufthansa Italia went down as well. But this said, we have always to see, is this a kind of a childish response because, oh, you didn't let me play with you, or is it really honest? And we will see in the long run. But now let us see, why is it a 2008 moment? Because when we go into 2008, ITA was, or Alitalia was always a patient. And 14 years ago, the Air France KLM was in a similar situation. They could smell the lasagna and the pizza in the lounge already because they were so close to signing it. But the political drama started, and the political drama was Berlusconi, and he said, no, we don't want the deal. And in the end, Air France KLM said, we don't want it either anymore, come on, we go. And even if this is happening, that maybe Air France KLM and ITA will not have a honeymoon like we want, and then maybe Lufthansa is back in the play. Maybe Lufthansa says, no, we did other things. So maybe Italy will be stuck with ITA themselves, and that is a money drain. ITA said themselves they cannot survive alone. They need a strong partnership. And this said, I'm really interested in your opinion. What do you think about it? Do you say that is true, or you say, no, they can do their own things? I'm really looking forward to your comments. Who couldn't do his own things was Sabena or Brussels Airlines, or however you call the airline now, which is of course Brussels Airlines, of course. But anyways, Brussels Airlines was this kind of ITA because they have a small market. They were not strong enough to survive alone and were left alone by the government. Lufthansa took them, but like all the Lufthansa airlines, Brussels Airlines got an injunction, and the court decided that they are not consumer friendly. Like a lot of Lufthansa airlines, they are not consumer friendly because they force you, or try to force you, that you use the boxes where you have to fill in all your things on the website, so that you have no email address to correspondent. So that you have to have just the contacts on the website. But why are you not allowed, when you can click with a couple of clicks for a flight and you can buy the flight, why can you not handle this same situation with a couple of clicks when you have a problem? And this said, the problems are, and that said the head of the Verbraucherzentrale, that is the consumer rights or consumer protection in North Rhine-Westphalia, Mr. Schulzinski, he said that the problems are, and that is a quote, are that you are permanently in the waiting line, that you are not getting connected, and that they are really against law and law about getting in touch. This was the quote. And this is the biggest problem. I mean, when we had the strike on Friday, on Thursday evening even, it was very difficult to reach the airline. And when you send them an email, when you have an email address, and there are some email addresses you can use, I always tell the people to use the email address which is on the website, most likely not always, which is in the Impressum. Impressum is where the contact details or about us section. And they're not reacting, of course not, because they are so drained in the complaints and in the flight changes. This said, I had the same situation. I did write them an email, I think it was January or February, that my flights have been changed, and because of that I have to sleep one night in a hotel. I wanted money back. And I got, like I said, January, February, I got now last week the email, yeah, do you want the money back? Then we need a bank account number. And I did send them the bank account number already in the original email. But I forgot about it. And anyways, they ask you, and this is, in my opinion, a very unfair and a very tricky approach. Why don't you use the details you have already and ask the customer? What you try to get is that the people are forgetting it or do not answer it or do not receive the email or think it's spam or whatever it is. The money arrived in my account safe and sound. It was 88 euros. I even don't know if it was I think it was kind of a goodwill gesture, because if airlines, I'm not a lawyer, but in my understanding it is so that if an airline rebooks you on the day earlier, it is not a delay physically, so you have to be in a good standing with them, and that is a goodwill. Anyways, but a lot of airlines have this problem as well. Condor was mentioned, the German airline, and the Iberia airline from Spain. What is your experience with airlines? Are you happy with their approach, how they do things, or you think they should be more consumer friendly? Who is consumer friendly when it comes to flight bookings is Lufthansa. Lufthansa received the 787-9 and they are starting to fly within Germany. The flights are from Frankfurt to Munich in the beginning, and the date, did I have the date? I think it started in October with 139 euros return ticket in economy class, and you see it even on the seat map that it's a new aircraft when you look on the business class where they have the 1-2-1 seat map. Anyways, from Frankfurt the flights are starting at 8:15 as LH96, then LH106 at 1:15 and LH114 at 5:15. Return from Munich is 10 o'clock as LH101, as 111 at 1500 and at 119 at 7 p.m. in the evening. This said, you have always to keep in mind, of course, that the flights can change, that the aircraft can change, because they have not a lot of this aircraft. They have only one right now. Maybe they have, when they start flying, a second one, which should come in autumn. But this said, it can be trouble or some other changes happen, so be aware of that. Where we have to be aware of as well is when programs change. Finnair Plus changes with travel affecting immediately from 1st of September. Unfortunately, they have changed one of their sweet spot, Dubai, which was called Rest of Europe. And Rest of Europe meant that we had European tables for the points which we earn, but we have the same points for burning as well, that it counted as Europe. And when you look on the earning points side, you get now 20,000 points maximal if you have a business flex ticket, 16,000 business classic, 12,000 business light. Both then, of course, I think it's per leg. And this said, when you burn points, it starts with 45,000 points in economy class. It used to be 15,000, so from 45,000 to 15,000. And that is, of course, a harsh situation. And even if you compare the business class return ticket, which is 160,000, that is Los Angeles, if you take one of the most far destinations, or to Asia. So you see where the devaluation came. Of course, it's a whining on a high level. Why? Because when you look at it, you have to say Finnair had a deal with Qatar Airways that they are now flying with Qatar Airways or for Qatar Airways or however in a joint venture between Copenhagen, Stockholm and Helsinki to Doha. And should they have made Doha as a sweet spot? Sure, they should have. But from a financial point of view and as an airline, it wouldn't make sense. And it's, of course, nice to have an advance notice that you could react accordingly if that Dubai destination is your thing. But this said, they are not a charity. So I can understand it somehow. If you want to know another sweet spot, that would be still Tel Aviv. A little bit closer, of course, but these changes are necessary because they are flying with wide bodies. And it used to be Dubai and Tel Aviv, a destination with these European points because they used narrow bodies. So that was a fair situation, but now it is fair for them maybe as well that they're using wide bodies and charging the money for wide bodies because you get a lot of more service. Nevertheless, of course, Dubai is only half of the flying time than Los Angeles, feels like it. And for this, you don't get the bang of the buck, but you get the bang of the points when you fly. And hopefully the prices are not going up so much. As a big fan of JetBlue, I told you that we have a JetBlue Deal Zone deal today is with JetBlue from Boston to London Heathrow. Booking class would be booking class I. Price $2,200. Restrictions for the outbound flights because they are only permitted on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. And the inbound flights are permitted on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday and Sunday. Advanced purchase is 120 days. Yeah, you have to know it in advance if you want to go. And minimum stay is 7 days, maximum stay is 12 months. Stopovers are not permitted. Ticket is not refundable and changes are permitted. Maybe you will find not the rate or the price you have, so you have to pay more. As we are always in the situation that we pay points and like points, it's for JetBlue very easy to understand the point situation. It is 5 miles per US dollar. That is easy. 10,000 if it costs you 2,000, so easy math here. American Airlines, same situation. If you are collecting with Hawaiian, Singapore Airlines and South African, it costs you 8,142. 142 miles and points. Thank you for watching Frequent Traveler TV. Take off today's episode and looking forward to see you tomorrow for the next episode. In German, we have a lot of live. I made yesterday a live show, so I didn't make an English show. Sorry for that. But anyways, I try to be more regular, and I think every second day should be more than enough. But we are coming as aim daily. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, hitting the notification button. And of course, thank you for leaving us a like and a comment. See you tomorrow. Bye.